Another funeral. Mourning for a 10-year-old boy turns into cries of freedom and yet another protest. One that reportedly ended in a face-off with security forces. And once again, the death toll climbs. A similar scene the day before. Hospital wards are filling up with those suffering from bullet wounds.
500 baby deaths in 5 months in Kashmir's only children's hospital. The report also says that the neonatal ICU where critically ill newborn babies were admitted was in an absolutely pathetic condition, with infectious and dirty ventilator tubes being used and reused on newborns for months on end. Even the oxygen pipes, which are so crucial, were filled with dirt.
We, Mother Helpage, we are an international organization. We work in 20 countries. Here in Kashmir, we have an office in Srinagar, and we have different teams. So we sent our team to various hospitals, do the need assessment, and we found that Government Joint Hospital receives patients from all parts of Kashmir, even from the Chenab Valley in Jammu region. So a need was felt to equip this hospital.
Like in every other place, Kashmir also has an increasing incidence of trauma. Trauma has become the modern epidemic. So we need more and more intensive care beds. Presently the hospitals have intensive care beds, but they can not cater to the whole population.
We have only 2 big tertiary care hospitals which are catering a lot of load from the peripheries. We don't have very good peripheral health. The 2 major areas which require immediate attention, one is the trauma care. We don't have a very good trauma care in Kashmir. And it's of utmost importance in this place because we live in troubled times. There is a conflict going on. There are ill effects of militarization, and we have on and off. We have people who are injured with bullets, with pellets, and all kinds of things. And the most important and fundamental critical link in a trauma care is the transportation from the site of the where the victim is and to take him safely to the hospital. Most of the deaths occur during the transportation. So if we do not have advanced ambulance systems, we do not have safe transportation procedures, we don't have the infrastructure for transporting the patients to the hospital, and in the hospital also we do not have advanced trauma care where we could really make an impact. So therefore we see that the mortality rates due to trauma, due to bullets, pellets, or even road traffic accidents are higher because we don't have the facilities simply. I think within the hospitals, we have the acute dearth of ventilators, because a patient who is coming to you and he's not breathing properly, he needs ventilatory support. We have 6 or 7 ventilators, maybe 10 in a big tertiary care hospital, and they're always, there is no ventilator vacant for a person who requires it immediately. And at peripheral levels, we don't have even a single ventilator in district and sub-district hospitals for trauma patients. We have few ventilators here and there for surgery purposes, but that's an elective procedure. For trauma, we don't have the acute immediate ventilatory support in peripheral level, and in tertiary hospitals the numbers are very low, and that is why we have high mortalities.
Thanks, this is a very nice gesture. I hope more people come. Mother Helpage people, they have donated a ventilator and an infusion pump and a monitor and an ABG analyzer, blood gas analyzer. These things will definitely come very much handy, because as such in government hospitals our endeavor is to provide all the facilities to the patients, but then again there are limitations to how much we can provide, because the hospital has to cater to a very large population, and we cannot give it's not possible to give everything free to the patients every time.
A noble gesture on part of Mother Helpage India that they have provided us with a ventilator and some other high-tech equipment. It's quite common in the West for people who have the means to endo charities for educational purposes and medical institutions. It's very rare, unfortunately, in this part of the world. I hope this gesture on part of this organization, it will inspire others also to come forward and donate equipment or other things for general public good.
As is true of the rest of the country, the needs of medical care, the costs of medical care rather, they are increasing day by day, and so new technologies are coming up, new procedures are coming up, which are out of reach for the underprivileged populations. As such, in government hospitals, our endeavor is to provide all the facilities to the patients, but then again there are limitations to how much we can provide, because the hospital has to cater to a very large population, and we cannot give, it's not possible to give everything free to the patients every time, because there are sometimes we do provide free medicines, free facilities, but they are more generalized. Sometimes some patients have specialized requirements which do not come under this general category, and which sometimes is a gray area where we need additional resources. So we need more and more intensive care beds. Presently the hospitals have intensive care beds, but they can not cater to the whole population. Referral institutions have not as yet developed to the extent that they should be. So patients with minor illnesses, they have to come to the central hospitals, which are actually referral centers. So that's a reality, because those centers are not well equipped in terms of trained manpower or equipment. All the burden comes to the hospitals in the state. So that way, this was a very good contribution. It's a very good contribution on part of Mother Helpage.
So what are the other areas where you feel that, where you see the role of private institutions, they can contribute to the betterment of the hospital?
There are definitely, see, like in the West, there are people, there are organizations, there are even individuals or individuals or other philanthropists who who endow chairs in educational institution. They bequeath some part of their legacy to hospitals or educational institutions. I think the need is for such things to be done here also. There's just, so in that way, this initiative is a good one. For instance, I'm telling about the orthopedic hospital only. We have need for high-tech, high-end equipment, which we do receive from government from time to time. But if some contribution comes from these organizations like Mother Helpage, they are also most welcome. Because ultimately it's for the general public, and we are producing, these government hospitals are providing free services to the, and we usually cater to the underprivileged sections of the society. So if there are high-end equipments like arthroscopes, which we always can use, there are high-end drills, I'm talking of orthopedics. This hospital caters to a huge rush of patients, right from say Kargil, Ladakh, Gurez to right up to almost Banihal and other places. This is the sole trauma and orthopedic facility in the state. So we cater to a lot of patients.